Good morning. In this video, we're going to head out to the farm and pick us up some fresh corn, and I'm going to show you how I get corn ready to freeze for the winter. Stay tuned. All right, we just got back from the farm, and check it out. We got 120 ears at least. But he had a few other things. We tried a little eggplant. He had some red Pontiac potatoes. We had to hit them up. I saw some other stuff he had: zucchini, squash, cucumbers. But this is the main thing we're going to work on right now. Now I'm going to show you, I'm going to do a little experiment with this as far as blanching and getting it ready to freeze. So stay tuned. We're going to talk about that right now. Here we go. To blanch or not to blanch? That is the question. All right, I've been doing this. I've been getting corn now for about 6 years, and every year I put away for the winter. I love my fresh, sweet corn. It's cold outside, snowing, get a nice fresh batch of corn and boil up. Man, it's so good. But over the years, I've done different things. When I first started off, I blanched every time. You go outside, get the coolers full of ice and water, the steaming hot outside, steaming and everything. And then the last year or two, you know, my wife looked up and said, they say you don't have to blanch it. And so we tried that, and it was good. But I'm going to go through this little bit of research. So I'm going to tell you what I found out first, just so y'all don't have to look it up. All right, first thing, someplace you'll see right off the bat, blanching is a must. The natural enzymes in corn need to be inactivated before freezing to prevent the loss of color, nutrients, flavor, and texture. These enzymes are inactivated by hot blanch treatment. The chilling process prevents the corn from becoming mushy due to overcooking the starch. That's when you blanch it, you got to put it immediately in cold water to stop that process there. Now, but you keep looking, you can freeze corn cooked or uncooked. So they're telling you, you can go either way. Blanching corn first does help preserve some of the flavor, texture, blah, 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 you know. So it's telling you can go either way. All right. What happens if you don't blanch corn before freezing? Basically, it's going to say what this says. This is because the process of blanching destroys the enzymes that can change the flavor, texture, and color of vegetables, including corn. During their time to freeze, the corn that has not been blanched before freezing can become chewy and mushy once it's thawed. Okay. All right. Then I asked, well, how long do you have to blanch it before you do it? Blanching times generally vary from 1 to 10 minutes depending on the vegetable. And I looked it up, corn, you know, even on corn it kind of varied a long way. But so that's the kind of variation there. So I thought to myself, well, doesn't freezing would stop a chemical reaction, the enzymes from changing the corn? When it's frozen, you think it would stop it, right? So I looked that up. It says freezing does slow down, but does not destroy enzymes in fruits and vegetables. So when you freeze it, it does slow that process down than just leaving it out for 6 months. You know, the freezing will slow it down to that point, but it does not stop it. So I think probably how long you keep it in the freezer would make a big difference. If you freeze it and eat it 3 months later, you probably would be okay not blanching. 4 years later, it probably would have time to do it. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a little experiment. And this year, I'm going to do a little something different. I got the same corn. I'm gonna blanch some, and I'm not gonna blanch some. And that way we'll have a bag of each, and we're gonna do a taste test and see if all the color, the texture, and all that changes. I won't be able to test the nutrients in it, but I will be able to test everything else about it. So, let's get started on cleaning some corn. Y'all ready? And blanching a little bit. Here we go. All right, I got the microwave corn here. You're supposed to be able to grab it by the end and just go like this. And it's supposed to pull right out, and it looks like it is. It's coming right out. Look at that. Not bad. I see one little piece on it right here, but I still see a couple strands on that. It's supposed to pull out with none left on it, but it did okay, but I don't know, just doing this regular shucking might be. Let's try the other one, see if it does any better. Supposed to pull right out. I can feel it coming out. This is the microwave one. Now that one did pretty good right there, but still a couple shucks on, but it did good. Not bad. All right, let's try. This is the one that we boiled right in the pot, and it's supposed to be able to come apart a lot easier here. It's okay, but again, I don't see a major change here. Let's see. Well, this one I had to cut the end off to get in the pot, so. But I can definitely tell that the silks separate from the corn better when it's heated up or cooked first. Microwave or boiling. You still got them on there. Not sure if it's worth the time and effort, but it's still, it's blanching it too if you want to use it, but Gigmaster's going to eat this corn right here, so. Anyway, it did work. I just want to show you that real quick. I am going to be boiling, cleaning some and boiling a few just so we can test the taste and everything, texture and all, later on. But let's go ahead and try a piece of it right now. Stay tuned. All right, everybody, the Gigmaster is shucking corn in the garage here, best he can. Now, a lot of this corn this year had a really dry season, so sometimes you get the little worms that get in there, and you got to cut that end off. Done. Now we got a nice ear of corn right there. We'll be blanching this inside. We will be blanching enough that we can do the taste test, and we'll probably do it in a month, and then again in like 9 months to give it a, see if it really does matter, blanch or not to blanch. That's the question. All right, we got about another 119 years to go now. So let's keep getting up here and get it done. Here we go. Getting the silk off the corn. Little brush here. Clean it up before we blanch it right there. All right, we're going to boil this corn for 5 minutes. Actually, it said online, you know, once you put it in, just count it from that time, even though it's not boiling yet. Then what we're going to do is we're going to stick it in this ice cold water to stop the process, to stop the starches from doing their thing. But anyway, we're getting ready to do it right now. We got 4 more minutes to go on that, and then we'll put it in here, and that's going to be our blanching process for the ones we're going to test. All right, the Gigmaster's dynamic. We got to change our plan once in a while. Since I have so much corn in here, I'm going 7 minutes instead of 5, and I am rotating this around just to make sure the ones on bottom will get more done than the ones on top. So we're kind of shifting around to make sure all the ears get a even saturation of this boiling water. We're going 7 minutes. Let's boil it again now. Good. We've got about another minute to go, and we're going to take it out. Put it nice. All right. Our process is in place. All right, it's now been 7 minutes. We're going to take this corn and put it directly in this ice bath. The ice bath is to keep this, don't overcook the starches in the corn so that it gets mushy. That's what the ice, that's why you have to cool it down instantly in the ice to prevent that from happening. So we're getting it in here right now. We're going to cool this corn down, get another batch on. This is all I'm going to do as far as blanching, so we have some to taste test in the future. And we're going to see to blanch or not to blanch. That's what we're trying to figure out, and that's what we're going to do. So, but that will come on a future video. So, but right now, we're just showing you the process that we're using to blanch and get everything done. Here we go. All right, to cut the corn off the ear, we're using a bunt pan. We put the corn right there, just start slicing down, and as we go down, it goes right into the pan. Less mess is better. This works really good to cut the corn off and capture it right here in the pan. It works really good. All right, we're gonna keep getting up here, cutting the corn off, and we'll get this blanched corn done first, and then we'll do just all the rest of it. Works good. All right, let's keep getting up with the rest of it. All right, we're bagging them up and marking these blanched, so we can get back and can tell when we do our taste test. I'm putting about 12 ounces per bag. That's normally plenty for me and the wife. And if I have company over, I just do multiple bags. So anyway, we got them marked. We're going to go ahead and get the rest of these blanched bags done. And then we'll get going on the unblanched ones. And that way we can taste test them later. Well, let's get these. I'm going to show you how I vacuum seal these somewhat. I'll show you that in just a minute. All right, we got 6 blanched bags just for testing. We'll have probably 30 more, 40 more bags of non-blanched, but this will be the good ones that we can test it with. Now we're going over there to the sealer, my inexpensive sealer mill. Here we go. All right, to squeeze the air out of this bag, if you don't have a sealer mill, if you put it down inside water with the top open, you seal it all the way over to the edge, so you got a little opening right there. And as you push it down in the water actually presses, you can kind of push it a little bit, the water actually presses all the air out till you come up to this one point and just snap it shut. And look at that. Sealed up, nice and tight. Works good. All right, everybody, this is the result of 100 ears of corn and about 5 hours worth of work getting all the cut off. Y'all saw how I did all the cutting off, and I did blanch some of it, but not all of it. We're gonna do some taste testing, probably about 2 months and 6 months in a year. You know, when you freeze corn, it does slow the enzymes down, but it doesn't stop them. So I think over time is where you see a difference. Within 6 months, you probably see no difference. My thought pattern, I don't know. We'll see that. We're gonna do a taste test and check that out. But anyway, in about 30 bags. Most of these are 10-ounce bags. That works out good for me and the wife. And I did some 5-ounce to do the taste testing with. So I like it. Looking good. I can't wait till it's cold outside and I can heat it up, put some melted butter in this corn. It's gonna be so good. All right, appreciate everybody coming along. Don't forget to click like, comment below, share, subscribe to the Gigmaster. You never know what we'll be doing next. Stay tuned.